Morning. This is cause number 2021-51980. In the interest of Neori Irvin, all parties and witnesses, please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Lakia Irvin, and I'm the mother.
Sir, your name and your relationship to the child. Oh, I'm sorry, there is no father present. He was personally served. Mr. Gerald Francis Adams was personally served on September 30th, 2021 at 5:57 p.m. at 4211 Sherwood Lane, apartment 65 in Houston, Harris County, Texas, and he has not filed an answer or appeared in this case. Is that correct, Mr. Regla?
Correct, Judge.
All right, please identify yourself and who you represent.
Luis Regla for the state of Texas.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Judge. I'll begin with the mother. And ma'am, one more time, what is your full name, please?
Lakia Irvin.
And what is the name of your child in this case?
Naori Irvin.
And what's the name of Naori's father?
Gerald Adams.
And when did you let him know that you and he were going to have Naori?
When did I let him know that we were going to have him?
Yes.
I let Gerald know about Naori. We didn't establish he was the father until after she was born.
Okay. And when do you think that was?
When we did paternity in March.
Of last year?
Mistaken. Yes, when she was born.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it was 2 months after she was born. We established paternity.
Okay, so about May then? May of 2021?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and he is the biological father of Naori then, correct?
Yes.
And what is the father's full name then?
Gerald Francis Adams.
Any idea where he may be today?
No idea.
And we're going to leave the last name as Irvin, correct?
Yes.
Both you and the father to be appointed joint managing conservators with a geographic restriction for you to Harris and surrounding counties. You're fine with that?
Yes.
Okay. And there's no reason why y'all shouldn't be appointing joint managing conservators or for the father to get the same schedule of business. Is that correct?
No.
Okay. And the father, as far as his income, we don't actually have proof of what kind of income he has today. Is that right?
Yeah, we don't.
Okay, so we're going to be using the minimum wage presumptions for the father's income. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And as far as we know, there is no other child that the father is obligated to support through a court order or living in his home that is his child. Is that correct?
Correct.
And Naori has Medicaid right now. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Would you agree with the state that using minimum wage presumptions, the father should pay $56 a month for the Medicaid going forward, beginning March 1st?
Yes.
And he should pay you child support also based on minimum wage of $217 per month, beginning March 1st. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
And you're requesting retroactive support going back the birth of the child, using minimum wage, totaling $3,862, and for the father to pay you $70 a month for that retroactive support. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
And you think all these things are in the child's best interest?
Yes, sir, I do.
And you're asking the court to grant this default order against the father, is that correct?
Yes.
Judge, I pass the witness.
All right, the court will grant the order submitted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. You can log off now.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Linda Arias, could you turn on your video and your microphone, please? Maria, have you received the order yet by any chance?
We've received about 10 pages of it so far. Maria's going to double check on that, but we can get started.
Okay.
This is cause number 2021-47701 in the interest of Brianna, Lindsay, and Emily. Brianna Cruz, Lindsay, and Emily Arias. Raise your right hand to be sworn, ma'am. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
My name is Linda Irias, and I'm the mother of the 3 girls.
All right, and representing the state,
Luis Regla.
court will note that the non-custodial parent is Dennis Alberto Cruz Rosales, and Mr. Rosales was personally served on October 2nd, 2021 at 4:50 p.m. He has not filed an answer or made an appearance. Is that correct, Mr. Regla?
Correct, Judge.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Judge. I'll begin with the mother. And one more time, what is your full name, ma'am? Ms. Irias, what is your full name, please?
Linda Irias Roque.
All right. And you have 3 daughters together with the father in this case. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you and the father and the children used to live together, but you separated September of 2019. Is that right?
That's correct.
And when y'all separated, the father had physically abused you. Is that correct?
Yes.
He would beat you on average about 3 times a year. Was that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
He'd leave bruises on your body from when he would assault you.
Yes.
And he did this in front of your daughters.
Yes, that's correct.
They saw him physically abuse you.
Yes.
And if he were to have your address or phone number today of where you live, you think you'd be at risk of him hurting you more and harassing you even more.
Yes, I don't trust him anymore.
And you fear if he had that information, he could cause you further harm and abuse you like he's done in the past. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Going forward, are you requesting to be appointed the sole managing conservator of your 3 daughters? Is that correct?
Yes. Correct.
Since y'all separated, he has not helped you in any way to take care of your daughters, apart from giving you $200. Correct?
Yeah. That's
Does he ever call or anything to talk to them?
Yeah, he used to call and he would talk to them, but I have it on block because every time he calls it's just to insult me or to fight with me.
Okay. He knows where you used to live with your mother, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And at that address, would you be fine using your mom's address for supervised visits and to drop off the girls and pick up the girls?
Yes.
And yeah, he knows that address because you used to live there with your mom, right?
That's correct.
And as far as when he can see the girls, are you requesting that there be 14 supervised visits at your mom's house, followed by 14 Saturday afternoons, followed by 14 all day, and then 14 overnights before the father can get a standard schedule of visits? Would you agree with that?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. We don't know what kind of money this man makes right now. We don't have proof of his income, correct?
Yes.
Do the girls have Medicaid?
They do.
Okay, so going forward, we're going to leave Medicaid in place with the father obligated to pay child support and medical support based on minimum wage. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. As far as we know, these are the only children the father has, your 3 daughters. Is that right?
Yes, as far as I know, yes.
Okay. So would you agree with the state that he should pay the state $88 for Medicaid per month beginning March 1st next month?
Okay.
You have to, yes? Okay.
Yeah.
And would you agree that child support based on minimum wage should be $316 a month, also beginning March 1st?
Yes.
And since y'all separated September of 2019, using minimum wage, he owes you $10,090 for back child support and should pay you $102 a month for the back child support. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
And this figure based on minimum wage also is calculated since he gave you $200 for child support one time. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and do you think that these orders are good for your daughters in their best interest?
Correct.
And are you asking the judge to approve of this order?
Yes.
Judge, I pass the witness.
Ms. Plata, Ms. Arias, does Mr. Rosales have a problem with drugs or alcohol?
Yes, sir.
So you're asking the court to order that he abstain from consumption of alcohol or controlled substances within 12 hours prior to or during the period of visitation with the children. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You can hang up the call now. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Ms. Sharma, are you handling the Platero Vasquez case?
Yes, Judge, I am.
Okay, do we have Ms. Platero? Is she?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge, she's
Oh,
here.
by telephone? Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
Judge.
sir.
This is cause number 2021-29524 in the interest of Jalen Platero and Pablo Vasquez. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Wendy Platero, I am their mother.
All right, and representing the state,
Kavita Sharma, Your Honor.
court will note that the non-custodial parent is Pablo Antonio Vasquez. Mr. Vasquez was personally served on June 11th, 2021 at 12:30 p.m. 1315 Rainy River Drive in Houston, Harris County, Texas. And he was given further notice of this Zoom hearing by certified mail return receipt requested, which was delivered on January 6, 2022. Well, yeah, January 6, 2022. And he's not filed an answer or made an appearance. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Yes, Judge, I would like to call Miss Wendy Platero.
Okay.
Miss Platero, how many children are we here for?
2.
And how old are your children?
One is 4 years old and the other one is 1.
Can you please tell the court the dates of birth for your children?
Yes, Jalen was born on March 23rd, 2017, and Pablo was born on May 22nd, 2020.
And are you currently married?
Yes, ma'am.
Who are you married to?
Pablo Vasquez.
And what date were you married?
I was married on September 22nd, 2021.
This is September 2nd.
I'm sorry, September 2nd. Yes, sir. 2021.
Okay.
So, and you were married to Mr. Vasquez after your children were born, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to establish a parent-child relationship between Mr. Vasquez and the children?
Yes, ma'am.
What is Jalen's last name?
Platero.
Are you asking the court to change the last name to Vasquez?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is Mr. Vasquez not here today?
He worked night shift, so he's asleep right now.
Okay, and you're asking the court to establish that parent-child relationship between Mr. Vasquez and the children and make you and Mr. Vasquez joint managing conservators of both the children, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And as far as anything else in regards to conservatorship, possession and access, you're asking the court that since you and Mr. Vasquez are living together, that you don't want to set possession and access, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also asking the court to not set child support, medical support, or dental support because you are married and living together as a family, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you review and sign this order today?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the judge to approve it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. I pass this witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted.